Hi everyone, I just want to take a little while to show you how to go about finding assignments, doing assignments, and turning them in. So as I stated on our first week, you are always going to have one important document for every unit that is going to have everything that you need. And you can find it in two places. You can find it on my website and you can find it on Google Classroom. So if we go on my website, we're on the home page, we'll go to Unit 1, Democratic Developments, and that document will pop up right here. If we go to Google Classroom, go to classwork, here it is right here, Unit 1 Activities. And it has, let's open it up here. It has everything you need. So to start off with, link to syllabus, classroom codes, Remind information if you want to sign up for Remind, appointment calendar, some general information here about how to do work. Remember, all work must be turned in by 8:30 a.m. on the due date, and all work must be handwritten. Again, you will submit scans or photos of your work, and so forth. And then if we move down, we have our important work that we are going to be doing. And here we are in Unit 1, Week 1. There's still a few things that I need to put in. They will be showing up very soon. But you can see that right here are our assignments that we're going to be working on. We can link to those. I'll show them to you in just a second. And down here it tells you where in the text you will find the information for this section. And it also has a couple of important terms for this week and a couple of big questions. If we click on the assignments, so for example, one of the first assignments we're going to do is called this Democracy Brainstorm. We're going to click on it, open it up. You can see it's a pretty small assignment, but then we can come back here to Google Classroom and you will see that there's a corresponding assignment right here where you can turn it in. And for every assignment that you see on this document, there is of course a corresponding assignment on here. I do want to take a minute to, let's see here. I want to take a minute to show you about where to find information if you are needing it from the textbook. So for example, this assignment at the Athenian Empire Notes asks you to take notes from a section of the textbook. So let's go back here. This is a notes page that you can use if you want to, with instructions up here on how to do it. I'll come back to that in just a second. But this it tells you you're going to be taking notes from Lesson 3, Section 5, pages 38 to 39. So it's pretty short, not very much. But where do you find that? So anything that is notes from the textbook, where it says lesson something, section something, and page numbers, it's always going to be from the TCI book. Now you can use your actual book, which you should be getting soon, or you can use the online version. And to access the online version, you're going to want to come to Clever, find your period. So here's our current Clever page. Again, we have our Google code up here, link to office hours. Here's your Zoom link, just in case you ever need it. Link to my website, Google Classroom, and TCI. And when you click on TCI, it should take you to something that looks like this, I believe. This is obviously the teacher version, but you're going to pick this book right here. It should be the only one you have access to, History Alive World Connections. And it will take you into the book. And if you have, generally, what you're going to need to access is the text. So you would click on text here. And let's go back real quick. Where was it? Lesson 3, Section 5. Okay, so let's go under Lesson. We're going to go to Lesson 3, Early Humanity. And then over here, we are going to go to Section 5, Ancient Empires. And we can see here that all you are being asked to take notes on is this section called the Athenian Empire. So it's only a portion of this part, and we can see right here it says the Athenian Empire. And so we can scroll down. You're just going to be taking notes on this section. Down here it says Roman Empire. That's not what we want. We're only studying Athens right now. So it's really short. You're not going to be taking notes on too much here looking at the Athenian Empire. And so that's that. That's how you get there. I do want to come back here to this notes page and talk really quickly about how to take notes. Again, I put instructions up here, but generally, just to kind of show you how notes from the text will correspond to notes on the page. The lesson title, or sorry, the section title, in this case it's called Ancient Empires, is always going to go up at the top. And then you're going to, on your notes page, you're going to divide it into two columns, a small column on the left, big column on the right. And we'll usually be doing kind of a whole section instead of just one portion of it when we do take notes. But in this case, again, we're just doing this, the Athenian Empire section. And these kind of black subheadings, when you are taking notes, they will go over here on the left-hand side. And then you'll take notes over here in like bullet points, however you want to do it. My expectation, and it says it right here in bold on this document, is that as you take notes, each paragraph that you read should basically get one bullet point. If you feel like you need to do more, you could do more, but you should never do less than one bullet point per paragraph. So, you can kind of look through here and count the paragraphs and take away how many bullet points you should have. I also want to make sure that as you take notes, you are actually reading a whole paragraph and then summarizing. One thing that people tend to do sometimes is kind of reiterate the first sentence. They say, oh, it's the topic sentence. It must be the most important. So then you just kind of like copy over the first sentence over here as your notes. That is bad note taking, so please don't do that. Read the whole thing. Don't write anything. Read a whole paragraph. Don't write anything. And then when you're done with the paragraph, maybe read it one more time and then summarize that paragraph when you are done. Back here real quick to the notes page. You'll see that when you are done, you need to do a 2 to 3 sentence summary down here at the bottom. That is about it. I'll be going over all this in class, and of course you can always ask questions about any of this stuff.